We know that tests are crucial for us. It's impossible to don't think on tests at the stage of any software development. But the question is, how can I make it properly? How can I make an effective number of tests? In this video, I give you some tips and advice to write good tests with Java. Before starting writing effective code, so let's start to give you a context of this sample. Here, as you can see, I have my PaymentService class where it has two methods. One to process the payment, the second one to include a payment. As you can see, I have my credit card as value object. Naturally, those are just a scratch, a structure and design. The goal here is to explain to you and give you 3 tips how to start writing effective test code. So my first step naturally is to create my test. So I come here, create test, and I give you my first tip. So before writing code, first create a test list of what you want to test. So you can come here, test list, and here you can enumerate the tests and the possibilities of those tests based on the business. So for example, I want to test when the payment is processed as success, when the payment is processed as failure, when the payment is pending, and when I add a credit card to a user, when I add a invalid credit card to user, and so on. So I need to put it here, 1 second. So my first advice to you is first, is starting writing a test list, where the goal is to enumerate and you have a context about those tests that you want to test. Remember, the coverage is not enough. Make sure that you are testing the whole possibilities of your scenario. So given that, what I need to do? So in this case, I have 2 methods, as I mentioned before, one to include, another one to do a payment. And one thing that I can do is to organize, is grouping these tests by category. How can I do that? Is I can use nest class. So I can create my first nest class when payment is processed. So with JUnit, I can do it easily with nested class, and then I can start writing my tests. Another good advice, remember to use as much as possible ubiquitous language of your domain. So this way, you're gonna make sure that you are following the proper domain. And use display name to enhance and put more description about the context of your test. So in this case here, I have my display name. So, and then I can put some information. So when the payment is processed, and then I can create more scenarios. So in this case, should do a payment as success, and here I can do it again. I can create a test, I can do a display name, and then put something more useful than the description of the method itself. So when the payment is processed, should do a payment as success if the credit card is valid. And here I can put my test. Here I will put as failure. In this case, I will put a description name. The credit card is invalid, and then void should do payment failure when there is not enough balance. And then I can explain here. with some description and so on. And then I can do the same idea to the next method. So when register new payment, so I will create as nested class as well. And then, oops, not you, nested. And then I can put more in more tests. So not you, but nested. Just to make it quickly, I will copy paste here. But in this case, I will just copy one structure and then I can start writing. So should add a credit card to user. That is our golden path scenario. And then what should reject credit card when it is invalid. And then I can put a description here in this display name. What should reject credit card when it is expired, and so on. So right now I have my display name. And what I can do right now, when I run my tests, I will see those categorized. So the first one is the scenario when I register a new payment, and the first one is when the payment is processed. So when I need to include a new scenario to a payment is processed, I know precisely what I need to do, where I need to include, and how I need to modify. And the same thing with when I need to create a new behavior or a new task when register a new payment for my user. So that is it. So that is the advice for today to start writing effective tests. Again, generate the tag list, the test list. So as you can see, you should categorize. In this case, what I'm doing is every method I create a nested class. And I'm using display name where I can put more descriptions and context and exploring more my domain. For example, my Ubiquitous language. Hopefully you enjoy. Please let me know how you are starting writing your tests.